Okay, go ahead.
A block and a crayon.
Okay, and you just need a book and a tissue. So friends that just came in, and this will be, I think we've got everyone in here, so this will be the last time I have to do it. You should have this little sheet of paper printed out, and on the paper, those are the materials that you use. A tissue, a block, a crayon, a book, and a scrap sheet of paper, or this sheet of paper. Yes.
Do we need to print out that piece of paper?
You don't have to. You can draw it on your whiteboard. I'll help you with that in a minute, okay? Okay. Yes, sweetie. Mute your microphone, Adeline.
I want to tell you something. What's for this? Like,
we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Okay, let's mute our microphones and we'll get started. So, exciting, exciting, exciting. Today, we're going to review parts of the weather, specifically the wind. We're going to read a fiction book, which fiction means it's what? What does that mean, fiction? Who could tell me? What does fiction mean? Smriti?
Fiction means it's not real.
It's not real. You're exactly right. So, we are reading The Wind Blew by Pat Hutchins. She's the author and the illustrator. Let's listen carefully. The wind blew. Can we see wind? We can see the causes of wind, but we can't actually see the wind. We can see that the wind is bending this tree and blowing this man's jacket and umbrella. But we can't actually see the wind. It took the umbrella from Mr. White and quickly turned it inside out. It snatched the balloon from little Priscilla and swept it up to join the umbrella. And not content, it took a hat, and still not satisfied with that. What do you think it's going to take next? Let's make a prediction or a guess. What's it going to take? What's the wind going to take next? Ryan?
I know, because every picture shows that a person has a thing, so it's the kite.
Very good. The illustrator, well, this is the author and illustrator of the same person, gives you a clue. You can look in the background and see what's coming next to be blown away. So, and not content, it took a hat, and still not satisfied with that, it whipped a kite into the air and kept it spinning round up there. It grabbed a shirt left out to dry and tossed it upward to the sky. It plucked a hanky from a nose, and up and up and up it rose. It lifted the wig from the judge's head and didn't drop it back. Instead, it whirled the postman's letters up as if it hadn't done enough. The postman is another word for policeman. I mean, not policeman, I'm sorry, mailman. This story takes place in England. This is the Buckingham Palace. Well, I think it's England. That flag doesn't look like the English flag, but I think it is. And those are the royal guards. And in England, a judge wears a wig on his head. It blew so hard it quickly stole a striped flag fluttering on a pole. It pulled the new scarves from the twins and tossed them to the other things. It sent the newspapers fluttering round, then tired of the things it found, it mixed them up and blew them down. And blew away to sea. Okay, so what I thought would be a fun experiment for us to do, yesterday we learned that weathermen make predictions. A prediction is kind of like a guess, but not just any guess, it's a guess that we think about, a prediction. I thought this story talked about the wind. We could make a prediction as to whether or not the wind could blow your 5 different objects. So if you have this paper, get it out. It's okay if you don't. If you don't have the paper, you can use a whiteboard or a scrap sheet of paper. You can draw a tissue. Well, actually, what I would do first is I would put a question mark and a check mark at the top. And then over to the side, draw your tissue. Then draw a square for a block. You can try to draw a crayon or a pencil, a book. You can draw a rectangle for the book and another rectangle for a sheet of paper. Now, let's start with the prediction. Think of the wind. Yes, Smriti, what's your question?
Can I draw 2 rectangles for the book?
Mm-hmm. It's a good idea. So we saw that the wind blows things, and we saw some of the things the wind blew. This is on your own. Let's make a prediction. What do you think? Do you think the wind can blow a tissue or not? If you think the wind could blow a tissue, hold it in your hand. You can hold it in your hand. You can try to bounce it if you want to. But if you think the wind could blow a tissue, then you're going to circle the smiley face. If you do not think it can blow a tissue, circle the frowny face. All right. Now take a look at your block or your dice, whatever you chose as a block, or a Lego. Kind of hold it in your hand. You can bounce it. If you think the wind could blow a Lego, circle the happy face. If you think the wind could not blow the block, circle the frown. You don't have to circle what I circled. This is what you think. underneath it a crayon or a pencil. Hold it in your hand. Think about the shape. If you think the wind could blow this, circle a smiley. If you think the wind could not blow it, you can circle a frowny. There's no right or wrong answer. It's only what you think.